Use energy to supersize your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Let's talk about this today. No Nonsense November, day 19. And in conjunction with what I do every day in my life, I am always on a personal development journey. So I'm participating in a 21-day manifesting challenge. And of course, one of the day's topics was everything is energy. Why? Because absolutely everything is energy. I'm not going to talk about it today, but if you don't already know that or believe that, hit me up and we'll have a one-on-one discussion about it, because it's such a powerful and incredible topic. It's like understanding that we actually have the power and the ability to control our thoughts, which controls our actions, which controls our results. And you can reverse engineer anything to change your thoughts and your identity in order to create the results that you want quicker and easier than you could even imagine. Well, today we're talking about energy, and we want to understand that our energy is probably one of the most valuable assets that each and every one of us have. How we choose to use it needs to be in alignment with our priorities. Mine hasn't always been. I have tried to always be a high energy person, except I've had some chronic illness things that just lay me out. Had a sudden cardiac arrest. That one laid me out too. But it was just a huge wake up call and a notification to me that it was time to change a whole lot of things that I was doing in my life and how I was doing them. They weren't working for me. They didn't feel right to me. They actually felt horrible to me. Some of the businesses and industries I was involved in with my ex-husband just didn't feel good to me. They didn't feel like, I knew we were helping people, but it didn't feel like we were doing enough, in my opinion and in my feelings. So how do we manage our energy? How do we make sure that we have the energy that we need to set a good example for the rest of our organization? I contend we need to manage our attention and our energy just like we do our finances and our money, right? Because if we don't protect it, if we don't renew it, if we don't invest in it on a regular basis and invest wisely, we can find ourselves in a world of hurt, like having a sudden cardiac arrest or having other chronic illnesses that actually take us out of the game of not only business, but the game of our life. So we need to remember that we are human beings, and every single day we need to have a certain amount of rest, meaning sleeping, not only sleeping, but maybe there's other things that we need to do to recharge our batteries during the day. I used to go when I had my Italian food manufacturing business, and it wasn't until after my sudden cardiac arrest that I did any of this, by the way. So if you're not doing any of it, heck, don't feel at all guilty. Just say, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Because that's how I do it. I cut myself some slack. When I discover or become self-aware of something that I am doing that's not working, or that I'm not doing that would probably help and benefit, I don't beat myself up about it anymore. I just ask myself better questions. Well, how might I utilize that today? How can I put that to work in my life and my business today? So we want to find what works. I was saying, I lose my stories sometimes. I was saying that I would go for a walk. I started out once a day. I would go for a walk during the workday, and it began being twice a day. So every morning, as soon as I got to work, I'd open things up, do some things I needed to do, get the business rolling, and then I would go for a walk. And that was incredibly helpful in, number one, giving me a positive outlook, and I'm not going to be frustrated. I'm going to focus on what's working now. It's not working. Got me to smile and engage with other human beings first thing in the morning. Otherwise, I was usually just at my business myself for a while until everybody else came in. And it made a huge difference, just getting out and getting some fresh air. Then I realized that, of course, my eating and what I was consuming, not only into my body, but what I was listening to, what I was paying attention to, who I was hanging around, had a huge impact on my energy. So maybe today, just take a little audit of the people you spend the most time with in your business and just think about their energy. Now, don't judge it, just notice it and see if it's the kind of energy that you want to be experiencing. And then you'll have to decide what kind of action you're going to take about that, whether if it's positive or negative. If you're around somebody that sucks the life out of you all the time, run away. You've got to get away from that. You've got to get away from that person. And don't do it the way I did. Find ways that are effective and sometimes immediate for you, depending on the situation. Stay aligned and energized, not exhausted. If you run all the time, every day, don't get enough sleep, don't eat right, don't take care of yourself, you will burn out or die. Neither are really great options. I mean, we can always bounce back, and proof of that, but what if I didn't have to go through that experience? What if I didn't have to, because we don't, have that happen to me? What if I didn't have to have this great lesson that I learned that, boy, if I would have just read a couple more books or done something different or been on a search to find out how to manage and control my energy and how to get more energy, I wouldn't have experienced that. So today, what's our action item? We are going to pay attention to 5 people or 5 things around us. For example, I moved from all the platforms, not all of them, but a lot of them, to setting up a community in the school platform. Love it. I'm doing a community there. If you are interested in being a founding member, now is the time to let me know, because I believe in December, or maybe I'll wait till the first of the year. Not sure yet. I'll still have the free community, but I'm also going to go to a paid version of the community. So if you want to get in under the wire where founding members, everything's free forever, all you have to do is message me in the comments below and ask, or direct message me. All right, I'm getting off topic. So energy, what are you going to do today? What's your level of energy? Rate your level of energy from 1 to 10, and just whatever time you're seeing or reading or hearing this, put it in the comments below. I would say mine's about a 9. I'm feeling pretty good today. All right, have a great day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.